The biggest problem out here at the moment, or at least the one that we're kind of taking a look at, is called kina barrens. So it's barren areas of rock where so many kina have come across, eaten all the seaweed and kelp, which is the basic environment that almost everything else needs to kind of live and thrive in. And after the kina have been through, all that's left is bare rock behind them, so that's why it's called a kina barren.
We're going to actually find some sites to look at for potentially removing urchins from the reef by hand. Normally the big snapper and lobster would do that, they predate on the sea urchins, but through time the numbers have declined so much that they don't really play a role in keeping those kina down anymore. And so we're really looking at, okay, what happens if you remove them by hand? Does the kelp come back and the seaweeds come back? Because when the numbers get high, they will actually graze the seaweeds off the reef, you know. And that has a lot of problems because seaweed's so important for oxygen production, for habitat, and even in dampening waves. You know, they play just a huge amount of role. And historically, we've seen in the Gulf that there's been reduced areas of kelp and seaweeds.
So what we're finding and what we found is that there's no real information or data on what happens if the kina get reduced to the natural numbers. So we don't know how quickly that environment can recover. So how quickly the kelp can grow back, and then how quickly other species can come back and live in the kelp, and so on and so on. So what we're aiming to do is effectively pretend that we are these large predators that have been lost, in that we move kina away from these particular areas that we're monitoring to reduce their numbers down to natural, appropriate levels. And what we can then do is see just how quickly that environment can recover if that environment can be restored to where it should be rather than where it is.
So how long is this project going to go for? Like, what do you
How long is a piece of string? So the team who've put the project together have been very, very lucky. They've got some funding from the GIFT Foundation, which is an amazing foundation and that does fund innovative projects here in the Gulf for the marine environment. So we have initial funding to run this for 18 months. And then what happens over that 18 months will dictate where we go from there. Whether it's a continuation of this project, whether it's an expansion, whether it feeds into a brand new project, we just don't know. That's the exciting part.
How often are you going to check?
So budget-wise, again, we've got the budget to do once a month. It will be way more often than that. We're really great. We're very lucky. We've got so many keen, enthusiastic volunteers, myself included, who are going to give our time and our funds and resources to come and do this way more often. So there's budget for once a month, but it'll be a lot more than that.
And are you going to film it, or how are you going to document it?
That's the plan. So what we've got is we're going to be filming every step of the way, so we can see continuously and have that baseline footage of how it is now, and then see how those environments change over time.
But it's really cool coming to, Waiheke Island and seeing so much passion for that restoration of the marine environment, and who knows what we're going to find. That's the exciting part, right? We have these theories, and let's see what happens.